Closed.
Mullets. Oh, cool. You can save and continue a run whenever you want. Anyway.
Style select.
No more mullets. I did not notice the mullet. Itch? Nah. Valley Girl.
Loading.
They all play the same but look different? Yup. As far as I can tell.
Time to motor.
Anyway, so we're going to be this child. Menderbat.
Choice.
Go back to the Menderbat. I'm not actually sure if it's better, but... Evoke the ancients' words of power to cast forth bitch and fortune to your for your behoof.
Loading.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some interesting perks. That one wasn't bad, but the mind control perk felt like it was a wasted opportunity. Mainly just because half the enemies just weren't affected by it. And, like, the ones that you did mind control lasted for about a couple of seconds, and that felt kind of unsatisfying.
Psych.
Let's see. The toxic trail was really good, though. That is something that I will gladly roll with in the future. Let's see. Anything else? Nope. It's just this.
They were called respirators because they breathed a little bit of life into the world.
I will admit this is the kind of game that I actually would really enjoy playing co-op with another person. Like, if everybody got different perks along the way and just, like, we're running around working together, especially for the boss fights, I think that could actually be a really, really satisfying experience. So, Hotfoot. Hotfoot was good. Rad snacks are nice. Hot sauce was not actually particularly interesting, unfortunately. We eat eyeball fence. I'm not sure how to feel about those negative perks. Seeing as we got several of them there. I feel like the negative perks should almost be like Blazing Beak style. Where you don't get rid of them, you convert them to something useful. Home Slice. Buddy can grow to your back. Let him hang around and shoot enemies or drop him off to let him do his thing. Oh, there's something in the midst of this. Oh, it's just fruit. Now, yeah, it doesn't seem like Home Slice is particularly effective. He's an amusing idea, but not particularly strong on his own. I will admit, I think I do wish this game had more interesting, like, perk interactions. Like, if you could get Home Slice and then you get, say, Throwing Skull or something. And... let's see. Like, if you got Throwing Skull plus Home Slice would just routinely fire himself out as a homing flying skull or something like that.
The way forward is open.
Because as it currently stands, it's like he's a cool critter. Let's see, what is this? High tops. Jump again while jumping somehow. Cool. We gotta grab those. I don't know if double jumps are that helpful, but still seems... relatively up my alley here. Okay. We don't need drank. Question. Oh, that doesn't look breakable. Supposedly there are secrets that you can get by, like, blasting those. Maybe you have to lure an enemy to hit them or something. I don't know. Because we've seen one secret so far, and it led to good things. Wait. I am now...
Endo-mutation.
Let's see. Your pace quickens as your leg muscles hulk out. Doesn't really look like we've got, like, uber legs yet, though. Okay, and that requires 2. Well, let's go back in for a second. I appreciate the extra pace, though.
The Menders built the underground to try and piece the world back together.
I mean, it's a pretty rad underground system. Hard puns aside. That is... I really do like the vines and the flowers and stuff that show up as the character walks. Okay, back we go. Bonk. Bonk. Now what I want is some kind of, like, baseball hit. Because I've got a baseball bat. But I can't knock enemies away, and that makes me a bit sad.
Kill streak.
Because I think it would actually be really rad if I could, like, bounce enemies off the environment with, like, a charged swing on this. Look like that's going to be a potential option, at least not yet. I know there's, like, a couple of knockback-ish things that I can do. That's about it. And let's see, we don't need the stake. We got another skull I can break. Did Mondo say baseball or faceball? I mean, with the way I play, it's faceball. Wow. He knows. He knows baby needs a new pair of shoes.
Artifact acquired.
It's not as good as flying, but I will absolutely take double jump. Meat. Floor meat. I am really appreciating this movement speed, though. Holy shit, it feels good. Oh, okay, so doing that... Okay. Note to self, do not go anywhere near the giant face. How much money do I still have? I got 6. I could go withdraw some. If we wanted to. Or we could just say, I'll be fine. The main problem is travel times. Actually, you know what? It's not that big of a deal. Let's go withdraw a little bit of money because I'm never going to use it otherwise. We'll want to get up to a platinum, or not a platinum, a titanium member at some point. But for now, I wish to be loaded up with cool goodies and neat abilities. So, grab the rad snack. Munch it.
Hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded.
Endo-mutation.
I guess I grabbed way too many. Oh well. Whatever, we'll deposit the rest after next level.
Alpha mutants.
Okay. So, fun fact. That didn't work. I was trying really hard to jump kick this guy. Didn't work hot. Not having a ranged attack here is kind of rough.
Does a body good.
I'm kind of disappointed. Yep. That the friendly fire damage is either negligible or non-existent.
Begone, foul beast.
Whee!
Heart split. Word to your birth mother.
Word to your birth mother. Whoever they hired to do all those must have had a blast with it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm a little bit disappointed they didn't.
Transference gates could instantly zap someone to faraway places.
I'm a little disappointed they didn't hire. They didn't hire John St. John for that. I wonder who is the narrator for this.
It was said that the remade ones could grow new life by just walking around.
This area looks heckin' gross. Okay. Wow. Hi.
Extermination.
So, fun fact. The higher your kill streak, the faster you go to the point where it's, a little hard to control. I still appreciate that, though. I'm not nearly strong enough to really pull that off, though. Okay, grab that.
Floppy key.
Grab the floppy. Don't copy that floppy. Take it for yourself! Your weak 2000s piracy means nothing. Oh god, that's a weird horror bat. And mutations.
Mutation.
Gnarly. Root your enemies. Or root out your enemies. Well, let's see how this works. Okay, so they can still hit me, which sucks.
Floppies.
Ow!
Luscious.
Drank that up. Okay, we got stuff up here. Never trust those boxes. They apparently suck maximum hardcore.
Floppy key. Key. Floppy
see.
bang key.
Floppy bang floppy!
Key acquired.
You don't look like a raider, blah 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 blah.
Floppy acquired.
Floppy. Okay, what else we got up here? Everything sucks, Phil. Oh. Okay, so bad news. Berensteins. Bad news, Berensteins. I guess I might as well drink that. Let's see. What was I even gonna say? What is the bad news? I mean... I think I can only root one enemy at a time. They can still attack me during it too. Which makes it kind of inconvenient. Yeah, because I'm locked in place while I'm rooting enemies, so... Heck if I know if there's much of a reason for me to use it.
Key.
Okay, health potion classic. Multi-toxin heart.
Temporary toxic heart. Luscious.
Increased range. I'm not sure if these are that helpful.
Narrow.
I guess the point is, it's really good against single enemies on their own, and then getting behind them. It does do a little bit of damage. Yeah, there's gotta be some better means of, like, actually making use of it. Maybe. Really, I think as long... If it didn't lock you in place, I'd be super fine with it. Because then I can just lock somebody down. I guess the point is, like... Well... I don't know. I'll get used to it. It's just the rules. The initial, like, results is just like, oh, that's not actually as good as I'd like it to be. Oh, this one's not dangerous. Has soda. I'll leave it there for the time being. I was trying really hard to root them in the, Wait, is that cooked steak? Apparently you can cook the meat these guys drop. That's cool. Let's see, does it increase in range with the range mutation? I don't think so. I don't think it counts as a projectile. Okay, I'm back here. Aww.
Legal tender.
I was hoping I could lead him through the fire. What do we have here? A lot of skulls.
Unlocked.
2 for that to get a... Oh. Every time you mutate, this Mender Injector will stab heals into your heart. I almost kind of wish you could choose an artifact to bring with you every single time. I guess that'd be broken, though. But it'd be nice. You go back and break the wall. Which wall? Because I haven't seen anything that looks like a breakable wall yet. Let's see. By the way, I used up my one healing item, so we should probably grab the one in here. Which was 100% not worth that key. Well, then again, I've got a lot. There's a little blinking square. Okay. And no, you can't break the prisms. Because, yeah, that's not that one. Place is huge. Definitely have missed the, broken wall at this point. But that's unsurprising.
Fireheart.
Okay, Fireheart shield. Not anything that I'm, like, stupidly jazzed about, just because... I mean, it's nice. It certainly saves me from extra damage.
Mutation.
Okay, hackles are up. Crit more often. Let's see, do we... Yeah. Puts me exactly where I want to be. Because, yeah, those aren't breakable. They're just lighting. Good lighting. Okay, so let's go back. And let's see if we can find this glowing square that people are telling me about. I'm assuming it's in the other half of the dungeon over here. That ain't it. See, it looks like that, but the wall is cracked. Okay, but is there one in here? Also, thank you, Archimedes, for gifting a sub to Zaniel-kun. Thank you so much. So, did somebody actually spot a secret wall, or are you just guesstimating because you thought you might have seen it? Because I'd like to find the secret walls, but if you didn't actually see it, then I'm just leaving. Because I'm trying to keep an eye out. And I'm also... Is this... No, this isn't actually cracked. That's got my own, own damage on it. Yeah, it's not worth it. Yeah, so... Please make sure... Before I go off on, like, wild goose changes.
Loose change.
Let's see. Gotta stay away from the poison like that. Thought I was out of it. Should have lured him out a little bit. Yeah, let's look at this. Yeah, that only works on projectile shots. If increasing your range increased the amount of targets that you could vine up here, I'd say that'd be perfect. Okay. Why am I suddenly really slow? That guy slowed down considerably here.
Bankroll.
It would have been awesome if it increases the range of the vine. This is actually something I was kind of trying to talk about earlier. Like... The mechanics for this game are cool, but I feel like some interconnectivity between the perks would be really cool. And maybe we get some of those, but I feel like increased range should actually, like, affect this root ability. Because, yeah, how rad would it be if you could actually increase the amount of targets by picking up those rad upgrades? Or not rad, those range upgrades. So it's like, hey, by the way, you wanna grab as many of these as possible because it's gonna make this ability cool. As it stands, I just have this root ability that, like, might work really well with something else, but it's up to RNG to give me something suitable, I guess. Can I even root this guy? No, I can't. Because what's a good example of a roguelike lately with really neat synergies in the mechanics? Not exactly in the same vein, but oops.
Mutation.
Armorang.
Cha-ching.
Well, that's kind of helpful.
Extermination.
Well, this is gonna make existing kind of weird, but now I've got a actually decent ranged attack. Well, I guess I don't really know what the damage is. Well, I guess as far as, what I was talking about with roguelikes with synergies. Yeah, time to go back and get that range. Yep, now it's worth it. But, what was I gonna say? Right. Dicey Dungeons actually has some cool card synergies that you can work around. I'm specifically kind of fond of the crowbar build, because those work really, really well together in making your build like this kind of unique beast. I still don't know. What any of this does. What other of these games has really good synergies? I've been playing too many roguelikes and it's starting to get in my head. Hades has a number of pretty good ones. Most of them are like, I mean, kind of built-in ones. What was I using recently? Sorry, I'm just checking stuff. Hades only has a couple. For the most part, the interaction perks that are good are actually the ones that are built in, you know, the duo perks and whatnot. I don't know. I'm not in a good position to be talking about other examples. My brain is elsewhere. Yeah, duos from Hades are great.
The ancients were united under their deity, but that did not change their terrible fate.
Looks like I need to go back into that dungeon. I might not have gone to the other side. Or there's another underground area.
Ciao.
I'm not sure. Let's see. Like, let's give an example on a couple of potential interactions here. That would be amazing. For starters, this root ability. Increasing range increases the amount of people that's affected by it. Alternatively, not increasing range, but, let's see, what am I thinking? By getting the Armorang ability, the two would merge, and you get an Armorang that roots enemies in place every time it hits them. Maybe. Or, what's another example? Yeah, how could the lemon factor in? I'm not even sure. Did I not go on the purple teleporter thing? I don't know. Let's go grab the, That's not it. Oh yeah, there are two dungeons to go into. Oops. I'm bad at pressing these buttons, apparently. Okay, drink. Hot-blooded.
Endomutation.
Okay, so now I've got bonus range. I think that works. I hope it works. So yeah, what do I think of this game? Really good base. I think my only complaint is just that there's no, like, synergy system currently. And so, hello. You don't sound very happy about this. Boy, is Armorang good, though. Wait, are we laughing or are we crying? Well, that worked out.
Ka-ching! It is told that in the time of the ancients there was a great battle, and despite inferior ability, it was the VHS clan that won the day.
Okay, right. There was a question. There's a game similar to this that I played, but it was a first-person shooter. What was it called? It was... Oh, shoot.
Floppy.
You know, every time anybody asks me, I totally Wasted, there we go. I totally blank on the name for a little while. That... Health potion sport. I guess I'll take it. Yeah, this ranged attack is awesome because it hits enemies multiple times and hits multiple enemies. I still think it should root enemies on the spot occasionally or do something cool as well, just because it's like, I mean, it's a neat power on its own. But what about all my other powers? See, Redneck Rampage is a similar game, but an FPS. Do you mean Immortal Redneck? Because Immortal Redneck is not even that similar. I mean, they're both roguelikes, but that's it. But no, it's Wasted. Wasted is the game that I'm thinking about and talking about. Where effectively you are some drunk mutant asshole in the post-apocalypse that was running around
Floppy acquired.
That's like running around going into vaults like this one in favor of finding substances to drink, which almost always would give you a mutation, but that was the point. Similar in concept, I guess, to stuff like Void Bastards and whatnot. Well, I mean, Void Bastards was wasted, but not shit. Because Wasted was one of those games that was an absolute wasted opportunity,
Floppy.
Where they made a pretty solid game, or like kind of basis for a game, but they never finished it because more or less they released it in early access and were like, oh shoot, now we actually have to support this game. We don't have enough money to do that. They might have been hoping for like a really successful early access launch to effectively fund the whole thing, or I'm not entirely sure. I just remember seeing a blog post from them, like, almost... Geez, it was like a month after release, and, like, he'd done, like, a patch or two to fix some immediate bugs. And then he's like, by the way, I'm going to go work on contract work instead of finishing this game. And, like, some part of me is just like, well, that's shitty. And I get it. Like, you gotta do what pays the bills. But I always feel a little bit jilted when I see a game that I'm like, I put money into, and the developer is just totally bailed on it. I never actually heard of Wasted. Seems interesting. Played Void Bastards. It's the actually good version of Wasted. Wasted is just kind of bad. Okay, we got everything else on the map? I think so. Nope, I missed something. Oh, I never activated this one. I was probably distracted, trying not to die.
Mender gates have opened.
Times this drops loot? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, so you just left the game? That's pretty bad. You make a buy-to-play game, you keep working on it. I mean, it's kind of one of those where it's like, obviously, game development is not slave labor, and like, some people straight up can't finish it. That works? Okay, I think I'm gonna give up on... I think I'm gonna give up on... It really does not feel like this range upgrade hit this guy as much as... worked on this guy as much as I would have liked. I like this boomerang arm. Except for the sound effects. That part's pretty bad. I do appreciate the fact that the root works on the boss. At the same time, like, it's got a shortened duration, which makes it extra hilariously useless. Ow. I should probably pay attention. Instead of reading chat in the middle of a boss fight. Heck, come back. I wish to laugh cry at you.
Mutant heart.
Okay, anything else? Nope. Okay, well, we should probably go back to town and bank some of this RAD, because we're gonna get... Or not RAD. But we should bank this, because I'm probably gonna get killed somewhere along this run. Let's see. But no, it's like... I understand devs are people and they can't, like, finish all the... Like, not every early access developer is going to be able to finish their game.